Hey everybody, what's going on and welcome back to TisaTellss. Okay, so listen, PIERS Morgan is not done by a long shot. What do I mean? He has literally just dropped a bomb and said that several senior officials in the British royal family have actually reached out and thanked him for standing up for them when it comes to Meghan Markle and all the claims he made during that Tucker Carlson interview on Fox News. How do we know this? He actually sat down with Billy Bush. You remember Billy Bush, the guy that was with President Trump when he said, grab him by the hoo-ha? Billy Bush actually has some problematic people and friends in his life, but we're not talking about Billy today. We are literally talking about these claims that PIERS Morgan is making. There's so many, I took notes. Hold on, you guys, right? He said he's actually received messages. He didn't say whether they were phone. He didn't say they were over email or text. If there is a written record, please let there be a written record. I want PIERS to show this proof. Do you know why? Because he demanded that Meghan and Harry actually come out and say who was the royal that commented about the baby's color. Okay, well, PIERS, if that's true, then turnabout is fair play. If you're now saying royals and vague and seniors, where's your proof? Let's see those messages. Give names. Who supported you? But I have a feeling with PIERS, sometimes what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, PIERS, you're doing the same thing Meghan's doing, only you're doing it worse than her, and you're mad about it. Okay, so let's get into the story. PIERS actually said, and I quote, "I've had some messages communicated to me on behalf of several members of the royal family." Again, he wouldn't reveal who those people are. He said, and I quote, "I'm not going to go into who it was, but gratitude that somebody was standing up for them," which is what he said. Again, the hypocrisy. This is the same thing that you were mad about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry doing, right? Now, he did go on to saying that there's been an attempt to cancel him. There's been many attempts like this before. In the end, I was required to apologize for disbelieving Meghan Markle, who I don't believe, and I believe, which is ironic, that you should not believe somebody if you don't want to. PIERS said about us saying, now let's talk about this. Again, things are different in London than or UK than they are in America. But in America, when somebody says, I am going to do something bad to myself, this situation is putting me in a place where I am not going to be in a safe place. I know people say like, oh, everybody stop being so. I mean a real place where they do feel that there is some harm that's going to come to themselves, either self-inflicted or not. In America, we are trained that it's too difficult to guess who's telling the truth and who's not. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like in the American justice system, you are innocent until proven guilty. Why is that? Because it's too much trouble to sort through, because we would rather a few guilty people go free than an innocent person be actually subjugated for a crime they didn't commit. Again, this is the way we do things in America. When somebody says that their mental health is really putting them in jeopardy, we would rather a few people use excuses and maybe not being in danger of hurting themselves, and a lot of people get the help they need, than literally nitpicking to see who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth. And it creates a situation where a lot of people might actually come to harm because you were too busy trying to find the one person that's getting over. Again, I don't know how it is in the UK, but that is an American sensibility. It's better to preserve the good of the whole than to throw the whole into peril to nitpick on the few. Also, can I just say, PIERS Morgan is not a psychologist. He's not a mental health counselor. He met Meghan Markle once, obviously before the period in her life when she said that she was afraid of harming herself. Who is PIERS Morgan? He has not been in contact with Meghan since, by his account and hers and everybody that knows him. Who is he to sit there and says that he doesn't believe someone that he met once? You are not this woman. You have not walked in her shoes. You have not walked in Harry's shoes. As far as I know, he's never been a royal. So it's very arrogant and pompous, and also, dare I say, just mean and cold-blooded that you would take your experiences in completely unrelated scenarios and how you reacted and apply that to scenarios you've never been in, you do not intimately know about, all because you have a dislike for someone. And this dislike is predicated off the fact that you don't believe a word they said based off of a meeting that, like you said, went very, very well. And after that, they just chose never to contact you again. I don't know. Somebody sounds a little bit loony, and I don't think it's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But let's get into this, right? Billy Bush then went on to say, if to say to Meghan, now given a chance, Morgan said he would ask her to sit down for an interview so he could put some difficult questions to her. I would say to Meghan Markle, look, sit down with me with your husband for an equally long interview and let me ask more difficult questions about all your claims. He then said, but let me ask you a wider question, which is this: if you hate the royal family that much, why do you keep your royal titles? Why would you do that if it's just not to make millions and millions of dollars? Piers, at this point, nobody even calls Meghan Markle Duchess Meghan except for you. Prince Harry was actually born a prince. So as much as it really grates you for a system that you would lay down and do anything for, and that you have not even gotten social status in that system, and the fact that a divorced a divorced mixed race Black woman came in and catapulted over you, I think you have sour grapes. Also, again, who are you, Piers, except for someone that has relentlessly hounded her, relentlessly been mean to her, and you quit your job because somebody was defending her? Why? She's obviously a very smart woman, and Harry, smart for marrying her. Why would they sit down and talk to you? It literally makes more sense. The last claim is, why are you making millions of dollars off a title? She's not. She doesn't use Duchess Meghan. She uses Meghan Markle in the US. And another thing, which is very, very odd, and I understand the royals want to get their side out of it if they feel like they've been wrong. Nobody wants to be steamrolled. But we need to look at it from this opinion, and this is a real opinion. I don't think he understands American culture. I don't think he understands how little a title is in America. Yeah, we call Prince Harry because that's his name, but I'm sure in real life people will start carrying Harry. As far as calling people Countess, Duchess, Your Highness, it doesn't carry over well in America. If Meghan was smart, she wouldn't go by Duchess. But it's hard for people that grow up in that thing where it's such a gold emblem. It's like in America, why would you ever not want people to know you're a billionaire? In America, we are very capitalistic. If you work hard, we think you earn it. To say that you're a billionaire is something that's like, why wouldn't you let people know you're a billionaire? It's something to be proud of. Where other countries might be like, it's very tacky to talk about your money. The same way we look at it as a royal family. If you like it, fine, but we see no inherent value. Oh, Princess Tisa, that's great. But if people are not calling me Princess or Your Royal Highness, I take no offense. I really don't care. My name is Tisa. Again, we didn't grow up in royalty, and I think Piers Morgan takes for granted how much we really don't care. That said, let's talk about a few other things, right? With the royal family, it's interesting. They always try to act like they're above the fray, but it's interesting who they comment on and who they don't comment on. They send the wolves after anybody, it seems like, in my opinion, that defends Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. But Piers Morgan goes out of it. After, in America, people were laughing at his interview. They thought it was shambolic. They thought it was like another Trump too, like a roadshow. Again, he was saying a lot of classist, elitist, very misogynistic things, and because it's so ingrained in him, he didn't really realize how it came across in American culture. Just like when Prince Andrew did that interview, I don't know how it went over in the UK, but in the US, it sucked, right? So here we are, and he has this shambolic interview, and he's saying all this stuff, and he's saying the palace came out and said, thank you, and the palace said they're not going to be commenting on the story. Wow. That's very, very interesting. I guess the palace really is showing that they did thank Piers Morgan, or at the very least, they don't mind that version of the truth, or maybe holistic lie being out there. Both things are problematic. Last thing I want to say about Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is the man that literally paid Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's father, to come on air and say the most vile, disgusting things about his daughter. Yes, it's his fault, because as a parent, he should know better and not put himself in a situation. But a lot of interviews, and this is in my opinion, I don't know if it's true, he appeared to be intoxicated. He appeared to be suffering from demons. Piers Morgan is lower than low for doing that. and this incredible sense of fury with his entitlement, with his hubris, that he's going after a pregnant woman at this point. I don't care if you think she opened herself up to it or not. She is pregnant. She is with child. She doesn't deserve this. And if she does deserve it, then it needs to be said by the people she actually offended, which is the royal family. The only thing that she's done wrong in Piers Morgan's mind was not just be rude. She wasn't rude to him. She just simply decided not to interact. That is our right as women, as people, and definitely as Americans. And I'm sorry that Piers Morgan doesn't feel that way, but those are the facts. Anyway, that is the mess. I know this video is longer than most, but I just had to get it out there because I was shocked that he is still going on about this. I really honestly am. Honestly, if Piers was in America, he would have gotten served some type of cease and desist yet. It just shocks me the way that anyone in media is allowed to harass people even overseas. But thank God she is back home in the loving arms in America, and no weapons formed against her by Piers Morgan will prosper. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and check out my next video. Let me know if you guys have any topics that you want to hear about. I'm always great to discuss them and do the digging and reading so you don't have to. All right, bye.